Imagine standing in a vast, untouched wilderness. Your stomach aches with a deep, hollow emptiness. The damp, earth-tone colors of the ancient world stretch out endlessly before you. A vast ocean of brown clay, deep green moss, and decaying gray bark. You are completely alone. You are starving! What do? You scan the dense undergrowth. Your eyes lock onto a cluster of small, bright red berries hanging from a low branch. They look plump and juicy. They stand out violently against the dull, safe colors of the dirt and wood around you. But are they food? Or are they a silent, beautiful death? You step closer to the branch. Your heart beats a little faster in your chest. The survival of your entire lineage depends entirely on the physical decision you're about to make in this exact moment. You reach out your dirt-stained hand. Do you eat them? You do not have a manual to guide you. You do not have a perfectly labeled package telling you the nutritional value or the potential hazards of this wild fruit. You only have your physical senses and a deeply buried primal instinct. Your body is an incredibly advanced chemical laboratory. You just need to know how to use it. How do you begin the test? First, you rely on your eyes. Your vision evolved specifically for this singular, desperate moment of survival. You see in vibrant color for a very specific evolutionary reason. Many creatures living in this same forest exist in a blurry, muted world of grays and dull blues. Not you. Your ancestors developed highly specialized trichromatic vision specifically to spot the sharp contrast of ripe, energy-dense fruit against a chaotic backdrop of deep green foliage. You are a walking biological scanner. You are constantly looking for energy. Do you trust your eyes? Color can be a highly deceptive trap. Nature uses bright, beautiful colors as a massive warning sign, just as often as it uses them as an open invitation. The exact same vibrant red that signals sweet, life-saving sugar can also signal deadly, paralyzing neurotoxins. You do not know this fact consciously. But your primitive brain feels the invisible danger lurking beneath the bright skin of the berry. A quiet, heavy hesitation washes over you. Why do you pause? You pause because survival requires extreme caution. You bring the berry close to your face. You initiate the second phase of your biological testing process. You use your nose. Your sense of smell is the oldest and most primal sensory system in your entire body. It connects directly to the deepest, most ancient parts of your brain. What does it smell like? If it smells like rotting flesh or pungent, sharp chemicals, your body reacts instantly. You feel a sudden, violent urge to pull away. Your face contorts into a grimace of pure disgust. Disgust is not just an emotion. Disgust is a highly tuned behavioral immune system designed specifically to keep you alive. It physically forces you away from invisible microscopic threats and deadly biological compounds. But this berry smells sweet. It smells like the damp earth and fresh rain. Is it safe now? You still cannot be completely sure. You move to the third and most dangerous phase of the test. You use your skin. You rub the bright red berry against the sensitive skin on the inside of your wrist or your forearm. You wait in the deafening silence of the forest. You watch the skin carefully. Does it turn red? Does it start to burn or itch? If the plant contains defensive oils or acidic chemicals, your skin will raise an alarm within minutes. Your body will physically reject the substance before it ever enters your bloodstream. But your skin remains calm. The berry feels smooth and harmless. Do you swallow it now? No, you are desperate, but you are not reckless. You bring the fruit to your lips and gently touch it against the very tip of your tongue. You do not bite. You do not chew. You just let the natural juices make contact with your taste buds. Your tongue is not just a tool for enjoying flavor. Your tongue is an extraordinarily sensitive chemical detector. What is it searching for? Your tongue is hunting for alkaloids. Alkaloids are complex chemical compounds that many plants produce specifically to murder anything that tries to eat them. To your tongue, these deadly compounds register as a deeply unpleasant, sharp, bitter taste. If the berry tastes intensely bitter, your brain instantly screams at you to spit it out. You are biologically wired to despise bitterness because, in the ancient earth-tone forests of your past, bitterness almost always meant death. Sweetness means fast energy. Saltiness means vital minerals. Sourness means spoiled or fermenting fruit. Bitterness means poison. This is the unbreakable law of the wild. You hold the juice on your tongue. It is not bitter. It is slightly sweet and faintly tart. Your salivary glands activate immediately, flooding your mouth in anticipation. Your starving body is begging you to swallow the whole handful. But the ancient test is still not completely over. You bite off a tiny, microscopic piece of the fruit. You swallow it. And then, You do the hardest thing of all. You wait. You sit on the damp brown earth. You lean against the rough, gray bark of a towering tree. You listen to the sounds of the forest, but your mind is entirely focused on the dark, quiet space inside your stomach. You wait for 8 long, agonizing hours. Your gut contains its own massive network of neurons, often called your second brain. It is currently analyzing the chemical structure of the tiny piece of fruit you just consumed. If it detects a lethal toxin, it will initiate a violent, desperate purge. You will experience intense nausea, stomach cramps, and physical rejection. Your body will do everything in its biological power to expel the poison before it permanently damages your internal organs. Do you feel sick? Hours pass and the sun begins to set, casting long, dark shadows across the earth tone landscape. Your stomach remains calm. The hollow ache of hunger is still there, but there is no pain. There is no nausea. Your second brain has cleared the chemical compound. The test is finally complete. You reach out and eat the rest of the berries. You survive for another day. This slow, agonizing process of trial and error is exactly how your ancestors mapped the edible world. Every single safe vegetable, fruit, and root you consume today was paid for by the extreme risks taken by the generations before you. They did not have laboratories to test for nutritional density. They did not have textbooks to memorize botanical classifications. They only had their fragile bodies and their incredible capacity to remember and share knowledge. How did you remember which plants were safe and which were deadly? You remembered through silent observation and deeply ingrained cultural mimicking. You watched the older members of your group closely. You saw them dig up specific brown roots and completely ignore others that looked nearly identical. You saw them carefully crush certain green leaves to remove toxins before eating them. You copied their exact movements. You trusted their actions with your life. If someone ate a brightly colored mushroom and died in agony hours later, that terrifying visual memory was permanently burned into the minds of everyone who watched. The knowledge of poison was paid for with life, and you never forgot the lesson. You also watched the animals around you. You observed the birds plucking specific seeds from the tall grass. You watched the mammals grazing on particular patches of low-lying vegetation. If a bird could eat a berry and fly away safely, it provided a small clue. But you knew better than to trust the animals completely. You understood instinctively that a bird's stomach is completely different from yours. What is safe for a wild beast might still be a lethal toxin for you. You used their habits as a starting point, but you always relied on your own biological testing protocol. This ancient relationship with food permanently rewired the structure of your modern brain. You carry the exact same instincts, the exact same aversions, and the exact same cravings as those ancient survivors. Your environment has completely changed, but your biological hardware has not. You are perfectly adapted for a world that no longer exists. Where are you right now?